What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing? Oh, get over here. Get over here. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? What? What? Go on. All right. All right. All right. Hello, good morning, good afternoon to the land of YouTube. Let me add this real quick. Let me full size screen this. All right, I'm kind of just waiting for everybody to come in. So, got some stuff for you guys today. Just kind of waiting for everybody to come in here. I do kind of want to show someone else's videos because I want to show the commonality between Keebler's video this morning and another video that transpired. So as we're kind of waiting for everybody to get in here, I started a few minutes early. So I want to show this video first. Everybody has probably seen the Brick Jonesey Let's Go TVO video. I'm going to put the link in the description after this. I just thought about using this real quick. I want to utilize basically how their trespass situation with demanding ID is similar to Keeblers today, because this is an issue, like an epidemic of crack IDs among police officers in the country, let alone here in Texas. So without further ado, let me play this real quick.
Did you sign an oath, you piece of shit? Did you sign an oath? Did you sign an oath? Did you sign an oath? Sergeant Martinez. Sergeant Martinez. Can I get your supervisor's name and ID number?
Business cards.
You see where we're at?
And we still want
scumbag, piece of shit, 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 piece of shit. How long is the trespass order? Piece of shit. Fuck you.
Okay, pardon all the language.
Come on, buddy. Fuck them. We're going to the mayor's office.
Now, they said they're going to go to the mayor's office. So this is what they do at the mayor's office. So they were trespassed out of the police station.
That's us. Just
They go all the way over here to the mayor's office.
and ultimately, they definitely illegally trespassed us. She threatened to put her hands on me. The other officer did too.
Action begins today.
Yeah, this is the year of action, folks. We're not going to be sitting here dealing with trash in this town no more. $250,000 goes missing from a homeless funding, and they don't want to give up oaths of office. Yeah, we're going to talk to them. So, let's see. Where's the, there it is.
Like I said, I'm going to show this real quick, a few minutes, skim through it, and then I'm going to show you Keebler's video, what I've been putting together today.
Thank you, fam, for coming in.
So,
yes, I'd like to speak to someone in regards to, one, I'd like to speak to the mayor. However, not
so they are in there requesting to speak with somebody in a public building.
So let me see who all's in here. Oh, let me give some shout outs. Appreciate it. Space Miner, I see you still in here. Thank you, brother. Panelverse.
Zoom with Smokey Bear, what's going on?
Mr. Carey.
Jack so we're just showing,
let's see.
Brenton Code,
75%.
Kevin B,
Zombie Joe still in here.
Gal, Ripple Effect, Gloria.
Mr. Chili Dog, thank you for coming in. Nimrod, Blux, Death Angel.
Yeah, let's get to it right here.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you for coming in.
But keep in mind, they haven't done anything
Brick
wrong.
And Mr. Let's Go TVO down here to the city. We're looking for answers. So Northwoods Press, good to see you.
Let's Go TVO, what's going on?
Brandon Baker. We just went through a lot. Sounds to me like we got some more trouble. Are you going to trespass us? We're more than willing to leave. Are you going to illegally trespass us?
So
We can leave.
Yes,
No problem.
This is another government building, and now you're creating a disturbance.
All right.
So what's
We're
going to happen
leaving.
is you're going to identify yourself? Or
We're leaving. No, we're leaving.
No.
What do you
So
mean?
Where are you going to go now?
What do you mean? I just made a call to see the mayor,
Okay.
right? Okay.
What's the-
So you're just
What
gonna,
is the name of your little video?
it doesn't matter. Stop asking questions. We will leave.
But you can ask me questions.
I can, yes, I'm an American. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Hold on. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
So gentlemen, so here's how this is gonna go. Okay, we're gonna identify you, or you're gonna identify yourselves to us.
Fourth Amendment.
You're gonna be issued a criminal trespass notice, at least for the main police station.
And here as
Sorry,
well.
is that
It's a
accurate?
government building.
Can I get your identification?
As soon as
Yeah.
you give me yours.
So let's have a seat, gentlemen. We can do this civilly, or we can go into handcuffs and into the back of the.
We'll do it civilly. No problem.
Let's have a seat. We'll exchange information.
I don't plan on going to jail today.
Okay, then your IDs.
We're gonna do this illegally.
No, you're not.
Yes.
You're gonna get
We have a
cited.
lot-
We're gonna do this illegally.
The government buildings. So you're.
How long is the trespass gonna be?
90 days.
All right, fine. We're gonna do this.
We can have a seat.
We're gonna do this. I can,
Hurry up
let's sit down. Let's sit down.
and provide your.
So basically what they're doing now is they followed them into another building, another address, another property, and are now going to detain them unlawfully so they can demand ID to issue them a criminal trespass warning, which is it's the way trespass works. You have to be given a reasonable amount of time to leave. You come back again, then what they can do is issue a criminal trespass warning. And if you remain at that point on or after or come back again within the allotted amount of time, they can arrest you under trespassing laws. Okay. So the reason I wanted to bring that up is because this is what the cops are starting to do to everybody. Don't get caught in the trick bag of this. Okay. Now, I'm going to pull up this video, and there's going to be some things I'm going to be pulling up along the way that I didn't have time to put in. So I have to look them online real quick while I show this video. But the next video is going to be right here. So this happened this morning with Keebler. She was asked to leave a Love's gas station / truck stop. So she complied and left. Cops showed up. They showed up at the McDonald's where she was ordering food and getting ready to eat. And this is where this takes place. She turned it on a little late because for whatever reason, she decided that this was going to get crazy. So she decided to go live. She turned on her live stream, and this is what you catch. I'm going to play this while I look up the laws for the phone calls that I made, because I placed a phone call. I got a phone call back, and Brick Jonesey with Clay Foundations, A1 Press. He made a phone call. So I do have the phone number of Hillsboro Police Department up here on the screen. It's going to be up here for the duration of the video. Feel free to make your voice heard. Petition your government, call them in, redress your grievances about this video that you've seen. It's not harassment if you are a concerned citizen about this video you've seen. I did it. Just do me a favor. Try to do it as civilly as you can. Address your concerns. Don't make any threats. Don't make any harassment remarks. If you're upset, great. I understand you're upset. So was I when I made the call. And you will see that now. But I'm going to be looking up the statutes so I can put them on the screen as I go about. Because on the phone call, you're going to hear me rattle off certain Texas penal codes. I know them by heart. Cops don't even know them at all, but I know them by heart. So I can look them up, put them on the screen for you, so that way you can see what I'm talking about when you hear me say it. But I'm going to start with the video right here.
Detained for what reason?
Detained so that we
What's
can
your
issue
name and badge number?
Roseann Lindeman, 228. Officer Perkins, 252. Officer Gordon, 260. Are you gonna ID?
Again, what am I being ID for?
Do it.
So you can be issued a criminal trespass warning stating if you go back to Love's, you're going to jail. But if you're not going there, no problem. All we need is your name, date of birth, so we can get criminal trespass from there. You can order your food and go on about your day.
So are you gonna ID or not?
Am I being threat of arrest?
Yes.
So I'm being threat of
You're
arrest.
not being threat of arrest isn't a thing. You're detained right now. You're detained and we need to issue the
Detained for
criminal-
what reason?
I've
Can't you
explained it
just
to you
give-
28 times. You're about to go to jail. You're being detained to get the criminal trespass warning issued to you. We need your name and date of birth to issue the criminal trespass warning from Love's. So that is the reason that we need that. So we need your name and date of birth to log the criminal trespass warning. And then we'll go to Love's and get their statement about them not wanting you back on the property, even though they already called our dispatch and told us. Otherwise, we would not be here talking to you. Because trust me, I have many other things I can be doing. So, can you please give Officer Gordon your name and date of birth?
Arrest, because you just basically said I'm under threat of arrest for a warning, so I will give this
Who you are? We don't know who you are. So how are we supposed to know who to trespass?
a warning. You don't need
Yes,
to.
you do.
Yes.
Now, she had it muted because she was giving her information, but I put this video together, all the information you see on the screen, the phone calls. I've been working on this for like the last 4 hours, talking to people, making calls, editing video, looking stuff up, putting this live stream together, thumbnail. So this was not planned.
Have a
This
Texas
was about
ID?
4 hours
Or have you
ago.
ever had a Texas ID?
Yes, it's expired.
Hang on, let me pause this video real quick.
No.
Josh, I may need your help with these pignorant bastards. I've got the phone number up. I've got the phone calls I'm about to play that I've made today, along with other people. They literally go into another business and literally detain someone under threat of arrest to ID to issue them a criminal trespass. That's not how that works in Texas. That's not how that works. Okay, great. Yeah, I want you to cover it if you can. Texas, that's right. Texas requires an ID when you've been lawfully arrested. And if you look right here, just so I told you guys, I would share the screen. So let me do this real quick. Share screen. I got 38.02 right here on the screen, guys. Failure to identify. Says it right there. Subsection B. Person commits an offense if he intentionally gives a false or fictitious name, resident address, or date of birth to a peace officer who's been lawfully arrested, lawfully detained, or requested. That's if you give them bad information. Now, if you look here, so under B section 1, see, where is it at? Person commits an offense if he intentionally refuses to give his name, residence, or information to a peace officer who has lawfully arrested the person and requested the information. Okay, they have to be lawfully arrested to obtain that information, unless subsection B, if you intentionally give false or fictitious information, whether you detain, arrested, then that's a different story. Okay, so but anyways, that's 3802. You guys are going to see that in a second. Let me get back to
I do
this
not.
video.
I have a Texas ID. And I know the law too. And we will be calling.
Yes, we will be. And I'm going to take Keebler over there on Monday to file this. I think it might be Tuesday, Monday afternoon or Tuesday. Take this complaint.
No, I'm not. Y'all are.
All
You just told me I was trespassed, so I said that's fine. That's a trespass warning. Does not need to be.
It does. It has
No,
to be
it
documented in the
doesn't.
system.
So you're
Because it's
actually
good
not
for you.
issuing me a warning. You're issuing me an actual trespass.
Listen, I don't know
A
where you get
warning.
your. I
A
don't know where-
warning doesn't
listen,
need
listen to me.
ID.
I don't know where you have your law degree from, but let me explain it to you. A criminal trespass warning. I can't see your face when you have the camera in my face, so I'm good with you recording, but can you move it over here so I
Camera's
can
not
see your face?
in your face.
So a criminal trespass warning is telling you that you can't go back over there. Now, if you were going to jail for trespassing, that would be after the criminal trespass warning is issued. So now we're issuing you the criminal trespass warning. We know who you are. Now, if you go back over there, you'll go to jail for trespassing. So there's not a difference between issuing you a trespass warning and a trespass. Those are the same.
Wait, there's not this criminal trespass warning and a trespass is the same? No, it's not. This chick has been on the department for like 12 years. Okay. She's dumb as they come, and she's training the new guy. Dude, criminal trespass warning is saying don't trespass or we'll arrest you. A trespass is you're trespassing. Now we're going to arrest you unless you leave. So obviously this chick is an idiot. She's annoyed. You know, she's being definitely degrading and belittling Keebler, which is definitely, probably, most definitely against their code of conduct and their yeah, you like to see her run a 100-yard dash. I would tell them that they're in the wrong place. It shouldn't be a McDonald's. The donut shop's down the street, because this woman looks like she's been eating one donut too much. You know, I've been slimming down a little bit. It's called out here in 440 acres of land that I just moved to, and getting some exercise and eating right, away from all that fast food junk. But anyways, back to this.
Things. Those are not different things.
Well, you know what, Product Report? I'm glad you're in my channel, because
Yes, I
I don't
do.
like you punks.
Do you have any questions?
Can I have the slip?
And by the way, Product Watch, I already told him I was going to have people calling today, so I already gave him the warning myself. I don't need your help.
Yes. Can I have the CAD number?
That's what I'm saying. I'm guessing you run
I
into
just
a lot of
like
people
all
that
you
otherwise-
trolls that come in. And where are you at in there? Where are you at, Product Troll?
We have a job to do. We have to get you
I'm not
trespassed,
against
that's
bad
what we're
cops. I mean, I'm not against good cops. I'm
Thanks,
against bad
Biggs.
cops.
We're not bad cops. We need your name.
And
Not
you
for a warning.
are
You do.
zapped from my channel. Thank you.
Can I have each of y'all's business cards?
I don't have any business cards. He's gonna put my name on his,
So,
and guess what? His last day with the city of Hillsboro is Sunday, so you can make a complaint on him, but it ain't gonna go nowhere. He's going to a different department.
he's actually just like I don't know why it's 3 people anyway, but
Because
he's
I'm
actually
training him. He's
doesn't
here's the
care.
backup officer. I'm training Officer Gordon.
There you go, ma'am. Our names,
Yeah.
badge numbers are on there, and the CFS number is also on that list.
I've been nice.
That's the CAD number.
The call for service number.
Because it said case number. All right.
Do you have any more questions for us?
Nope. Am I allowed to eat now? Am I going to have a problem here?
It depends. If McDonald's calls us and wants you to trespass, then yes, we'll be back and you'll see.
Texas Elvis in the house. You wanted Texas Elvis? Y'all said you wanted me to come to Hillsboro. I'm not very far, and I've already been infiltrating it undercover. That's why I didn't tell you where I was. But what's up, XSGO? So this is your lovely Hillsboro Police Department already, man. Careful what you wish for, Texas Elvis. Careful what you wish for. So now keep in mind, guys, that's the video. Now I've got the video on a loop without volume, so you can see it as we play these calls that I placed. I got a call back. And then Brick Jonesey over at Clay Foundation's 1A Press, he made a phone call in. So I already told them, I already put them on notice that they're going to probably be getting a bunch of calls today. So if you do feel like calling, go ahead and call. I just ask that you do kind of be respectful. That again, it's an ask. It's a request. It's not mandated. I just don't want you getting caught with any charges by making any threats or harassing calls, but calling in to address your concern about what this video is doing. It is well within your rights to address that concern. Texas Elvis, and that might be case. Gordon's demeanor looked fairly well, But you got to understand, he's being trained by a bad person. This chick shouldn't be training anybody. So if they need help training, I'll come down and train the cops. I'll train them on how to do their job. So criminal cops is what I look for. Criminal cops. Here go the phone calls. Chevy with 5 memberships to those people. You get the perks. Access to early content.
Public safety.
Yeah, I need to talk to Hillsboro Police Department supervisor, sergeant or above.
Okay, so we have several. What particular person do you want to speak with?
It's just a...
Over police, over dispatch?
No, ma'am, it's not over dispatch. It's over patrol. It's just an incident that occurred probably within the last 30 minutes to an hour ago.
Okay, so you want to speak with the sergeant on duty?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, alrighty. Do you want them to call you?
No, I want to talk to someone live. I'm a little heated about an incident that happened with somebody else. I'm an activist, and I'm about to drive down to Hillsboro and make y'all's life a living hell and probably throw y'all hit with a civil lawsuit. So I need to talk to someone before I do all that.
Okay, so let me see if they happen to be in the building. Usually they're out on the street. That's just why I would ask for them to call you back. Just give me just a moment to look, okay?
If you don't have a sergeant, I'll take a lieutenant or a captain after that.
Okay, can you give me just a moment to
Sure.
see if I can locate somebody in the building?
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna put you on hold just a
Sure.
moment.
Good old Roseann here. She don't know how to do her job, let alone train somebody. Roseann Lindeman. Clay Foundation's in the house. Lenny Malley, Popeye's Transparency, Jeff Hates Pigs, Jeff's, Richard Crude, XXGO, BCW, T1958, Chuck Bronson, Texas Elvis, Kevin Benarski, Zoom with Smokey Bear.
How can I help you?
Yeah, I asked to speak with a patrol supervisor or lieutenant.
I am a patrol supervisor. How may I help you?
Okay, you said officer, so I'm looking for a sergeant or above.
And I am.
Okay, you said officer, so I just wanted to clarify that. And you said
Either way, I am still an officer.
Hang on
but
one
yes,
second,
I
guys.
identify myself as officer, but yes,
you
I
are
am above.
you're a sergeant.
I am a commander.
Okay. And you said Boman is your last name?
I did.
Okay. I just want to clarify, ma'am. I'm an activist, and I really did not like the video that I just got sent to me. That's about probably within an hour old. I'm an activist here in Texas, and your officers just violated a person's civil rights. I'm looking at this video that was sent to me, and in fact, it looks like I do see 2 stripes on this person's vest. So Lindeman, Corporal Lindeman, literally threatened a person with arrest to identify for being detained after they had to go track somebody down to issue a criminal trespass warning. Now, based on Texas Penal Code 38.02, you only have to identify yourself after lawfully being arrested. Now, if you're being detained and you give false or fictitious information, then you can be charged with 3802. However, this officer, this corporal, several times.
Okay, so just to let you know, oops, I hit the wrong tab. 3802. Here, let me share the screen. Hang on. Sorry, guys. I've got all kinds of stuff going on. Back here, 3802, failure to identify. Said a person commits an offense if he intentionally refuses to give his name, residence, address, or date of birth to a peace officer who has lawfully arrested the person and requested the information. So that's one. I'm going to play.
To arrest this person if they didn't give up their ID. Now, they initially gave up their ID under threat of arrest. Now, I'm sure breaking a law, especially someone's civil rights, would not be part of your policy. Not to mention, it falls under Texas Penal Code 39.03, abuse of office, which is a criminal charge against a police officer up to 1 year in jail. Now, I don't mind sending you this video, or you can pull their body.
So, just like I said, guys, 3903, official oppression. A public servant acting under color of law of his office or employment commits an offense if he intentionally subjects to another to mistreatment or to arrest, detention, search, seizure, disposition, assessment, or lien that he knows is unlawful, intentionally denies or impedes another in the exercise of enjoyment of any right, privilege, power, or immunity, knowing his conduct is lawful, or, well, that one, I don't think they sexually harassed her this morning, so I don't think that counts. But this is Angry Vet. Since you're being nice, you unblocked me because you're in the chat. Keebler was unlawfully detained. You can go back and watch the video. I've got it on mute because I'm showing the calls that I placed this morning when she got unlawfully detained. I do ask that you guys do make your phone calls.
But I will tell you right now, you not only
Like I did this
y'all
morning.
violate somebody's rights, but you just guys broke the law and under threat of arrest demanded someone to give up their Fourth Amendment right for a criminal trespass warning where the person's not even on the property. I mean, they literally tracked this person down the road based on a description. Criminal trespass in Texas works 30.05. If someone asks you to leave and you leave, that's your opportunity to leave. If you're on the
And again, 30, I hit the wrong one there. 30.05, criminal trespass. Here, let me blow that one up real quick a little bit. Blow this up. Person commits an offense if the person enters or remains on or in a property of another, including residential land, agricultural land, a recreational vehicle park, a building, a general. Sorry, guys. People don't need to check all their emails. Had noticed that an entry was forbidden, which was not. Received notice to depart, but failed to do so. She had received notice to depart, but she left. Now, for the entry and notice means oral or written communication by the owner or someone with apparent authority to act for the owner. That's not a cop, okay? Fencing or other enclosure obviously designed to exclude intruders or to contain livestock. That's not the case. C, a sign or signs posted on the property of the entrance. So that's none of this is applies, okay? Now we get down here to the see, I'm trying to, this is a long this is a very long criminal trespass statute. So basis this is all talking about a firearm, which is higher charge. Okay, so trespass. Okay, so it says to do so. Now it does not require ID for a trespass warning. You got to have fair notice right here. Okay, you commit an offense if you decide. If you leave, you're not trespassing. Receive notice to depart, but fail to do so. Okay, so and then notice means oral or written communication by the owner or someone with apparent authority to act for the owner, such as a manager, which the manager asked her to leave and she left. So there's no trespass here. Let me get back to this real quick.
When the officer remains, you must still be given reasonable time to leave before a criminal trespass warning or criminal trespass can be issued or cited or arrested. So what are your officers in Hill? Do I need to come down and film every traffic stop?
Okay, Angry Vet, get your mind out of the idiocy, bro, and get with the program. We are talking about Texas, not Florida. Stop disrupting my chat, or I will have you timed out. Get with the program. Keebler is in Texas. This is Hillsboro, Texas. I'm in Texas. This is me making the calls. So get with the program, please. Thank you.
And I'll bring a group of activists that will come down. We will make sure that you guys are filmed with every citation you write, every arrest, every accident you show up to. We will do that unless you can correct this behavior of these officers and make sure they are properly trained in the law. Because how can you enforce the law, understand the law? That's my concern, and that's why I'm upset. And as you can tell, I'm trying to keep my demeanor calm, because you're not the officers out there doing it, but you are their commander, their watch commander, and therefore you are ultimately held accountable at the end of the day for what your troops do. So, and I know you haven't seen the footage. I know this is probably your first phone call about this, and you will be receiving plenty of calls today regarding the situation.
Make the phone calls.
Because I will be getting on my platform and covering this video here shortly. But I wanted to give you guys an opportunity to...
All right, so I'm going to pause it. I asked Brick Jonesey earlier today to come up here, also known as Clay Foundation's 1A Press, to assist me. He said he was busy, but I just got the text that he was able to get his stuff handled today and join me up here, because I did play his video at the beginning of this. I'm gonna finish this call real quick, Brick, and then I'll pause it for kind of a little Q&A and going back into our... So when I get to call number 2, I'll pause it.
Correct this, and if this person gave up their information, possibly reach out and give them an apology before we come down and start filing federal lawsuits and trying to get with the DA to prosecute this officer. So it's serious. It's serious, ma'am. Officers all across Texas and all across the nation are doing this because they're not properly trained, or they think that because they wear that little shiny tin badge and wear a gun on their hip, they can do whatever they want. This qualified immunity stuff is going to end if they break the law. So I don't know if you're going to look into this, if I need to file a formal... I mean, I know I obviously can't file a formal IA complaint because I'm not the victim. And I can probably reach back out to the victim and have them file an internal affairs complaint. But I want this matter looked into, and I want this educated and trained, because Lindeman, and along with these 2 other officers, are probably going to be named in the civil lawsuit, along with the city of Hillsboro and Hillsboro PD. And I will help this person file that lawsuit.
Okay, so let's start with you sending me the video, so
Okay.
that way I can look at it.
Okay, hang on one second. Let me do this real quick. I've got no problem with that.
Can you email it to me?
Yes, ma'am. That's what I'm actually just... I was just copying the link real quick for you, so that way it makes it a lot easier on both of us. Okay, I have my email pulled up.
Okay, so my email is
Okay.
BOMAN@hillsboro.org.
Now, I just want to make sure I read this back to you real quick to make sure I've got it spelled correctly. That's J as in Joseph, B as in boy, O as in Oscar, M as in Mike, A as in Apple, N as in Nancy, at hillsboro.tx.org.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In the subject matter, what would you like me to put so you know it's coming from me?
You can just put complaint.
Okay.
And then if you will also include your name and phone number, so that way I can review it.
Okay.
And then I can get back with you.
All right. And I will reach back out to the person, and if they're satisfied with an apology, or if they want me to help them pursue, like I said, I will find out what they're willing to do, so that way when you and I talk, we can either get this resolved at this level, or we know what my next steps are going to be. I just want to make sure that this gets resolved in some sort of fashion. And I am putting my name and number down here for you. And that's going to be my cell, so you can reach back out to me. And I just sent that off to you, so I just want to make sure you receive that before I get off the phone. Although I am upset, I do know how to control the volume of my voice, and I'm not directing it at you because I know you weren't the one out there on the street doing this. So that's why I'm not calling to yell at anybody. I am upset about this situation.
Yes, sir.
I was already given a tip to come out to Hillsboro. I just haven't had time, but it sounds like I may be taking a trip.
Okay.
They don't realize I'm already here.
This, and then I'll get back with you, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, let me pause that. So we're going to go into call 2 after this, but Jonesy, you have some experience with being unlawfully detained, being trespassed from a place that you literally just showed up to, no one's asked you to leave, and then under threat of arrest, demanded ID to be trespassed, or you go to jail. Now, before you say anything, I just want to give you guys tomorrow's video. I was almost in the same situation. And with my knowledge of the Texas law, I schooled this dirty cop to the point where he got scared and started backtracking with me in Carolina, saying he didn't say that when I've got it clearly on video and audio what he did say. And that video, I've already put out a short over on TikTok and it's blowing up. So this video is going to go viral, I'm pretty sure, tomorrow. But with that being said, Brick, what you got about your experience with the similar situation?
Yeah. So when it comes to the unreasonable illegal trespasses that I experienced, yeah, it's very similar. It's a very similar situation to what I saw here in this video. Officers who don't know the law, who retaliate, who clearly don't like the camera. I know something was mentioned about her having a camera. So, I mean, there's this thing that happens, right? And it's happening all over the country. If you don't fit the bill, if you don't look the part, then somebody might feel like they don't like you. So, you can be trespassed from private property, which is fine. It makes sense if it's a business and that sort of thing.
Like I said, and I'm going to take care of a few people. There's a few people I'm making mods in here. It's just to put links in the chat. Lenny, I know you're out there, so do me a favor. Don't block anybody or time anybody out unless they're really trolling, and usually I'll tell you to bounce them. Outside of that, just go ahead and put links in for everybody. So, you know what? There you are, Jeff. Jeff's usually in here, so I'm handing out a few wrenches. Don't bounce anybody. Don't block anybody unless I say so. Just put links down for everybody. It'll help out with what we need to do, especially with 44 people in the chat here. Yeah, I know, Keebler. I know when you were there because I was in your presence on Monday for the 15 minutes you were there, and then you were there briefly this morning before all this crap went down. So it's not like you're there every day. I mean, shit, you're only there three times a week. So if that, so I don't understand what the big deal about it is. But see, so now I made call number 1. And by the way, guys, I've already looked up these guys' history. She was training a new guy who's been there 37 days. Okay. I've looked up his records. He's got his license 37 days ago. The other guy was leaving to another department, which is why they're training this new guy. And she made that comment about, oh, you can fill out a complaint, but it won't do any good. He's leaving. Well, you know what? I think that was just among the other comments and belittling she did. I think that was one of the, basically it's saying you can file a complaint on us. It's not going to go anywhere. You're going down, Roseann, just like your show did. I'm sorry, the wrong Roseann bar. But anyways, she kind of looks like Roseann from the 80s and 90s. Looks like she ate Roseann. Anyways, I know. Got to pull out my nice card again, my nice Gene. So we're gonna go into the second audio call. And by the way, XXGeo, yes, these first 2 calls were me. The third call was made by the gentleman right below me, Brick Jonesey, also known as Clay Foundation's 1A Press. Man, that's so long of a mouthful, man. Brick Jonesey is just so much easier. But
well, if you just say
you're
Clay
muted, you're muted. You're muted.
Really?
I thought you were. Hang on, it's might be my settings. Hang on.
Testing.
Go ahead.
Testing. Anything? No.
Oh, that's really weird.
I'll go out and come back in.
Hang on. I don't know what's going on here. I may have to hit refresh. Hang on. What about now?
Can you hear me now?
Yep, now I can hear you. Something was going on with my connection there.
You have an
I know.
echo.
Yep. Yep, that's because I have you on nice and loud. Hang on a second. Let me turn that down. There we go. All right.
Hey, it was the Brick Show for a minute. Yeah, exactly.
Hey, it's all good. You know, Brick,
hey.
you're not a bad
So that
fill-in
we
when I
can get
need
the
you
criminal
to.
trespass issue.
All right, let's get back to call number 2. This chick just needs to go, man. She's just horrible.
Well, before you go, so I was going to tell you, if you just say Clay Foundations, it's fine.
Yeah, this whole 1A Free Press Nation shit. Everybody
1A
likes to
Press
throw.
is just so that whenever someone sees the channel, they can't claim that they didn't know that I was press, right? Because it says it right there in the name. But Clay Foundations is fine. The word press is in there so that the police can't claim it's not press. And you still have an echo.
Well, I can't help that echo, guys. I mean, I have to be able to hear you. It's my hang on. You know what? Hang on. There you go. Now my echo should be gone.
How about now? Testing.
You hear it?
Still an echo.
I muted my other screen, so I don't know. But I can't help the echo. You're just gonna have to deal with
Echo. Nope.
Just
No
gonna
echo
have to
now.
deal with the echo.
No echo now. It's good.
Well, it's because I turned it down and.
Okay.
Anyways, let me hit play on this, and I'll mute my mic if it's still echoing.
You okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so did you speak to your person?
I did.
Okay, and what is she wanting to do?
She's wanting to file a formal complaint, so I'm going to be coming into town. We're probably going to be doing it on Friday.
Okay.
Now, I know it's Good Friday. Are you guys open on Friday?
So our admin offices are not open, but what I was going to do is I was going to send you a copy of our complaint form for you to fill out.
Okay.
And then I've already informed the chief and everything, and so if you will get me that complaint form, then we can go forward on our end.
Okay. Now, I don't see it on the video because I guess she started the video kind of late, so this is where the body cam footage is going to come in. She's claiming on one of the officers, because I guess he's new. I've already looked all 3 officers up on T-Cole, including yourself. I see that you've worked at the state of Texas.
And this is why it's good to do your homework before you make the calls, people. I'm just saying. That way you have everything about the officer that you're talking to and the 3 officers that are in the damn video. So Keebler did a good job making sure that I got names and knowing what department. So that way when I did all this, because you're going to hear me call out the commander and ask her a couple of questions, where she worked and why she worked. So she knows I'm literally crawling up Hillsboro's ass with a microscope.
Before. I've already been doing my homework after I got off the phone with you. So why'd you leave Whitney?
For better opportunities, actually.
That's a good answer. That's standard, but that's a good answer. So she so she wants to send a formal complaint. So I guess Monday would probably be the best date for your admin office. Well, I mean, you said you're going to send the form. I got to figure out a way to print it to get it get down here and get her to fill it out. But because I plan on coming up there with her. The body camera footage. Do you guys release the body cam footage here, or do you guys try to? And I'm gonna just put this bluntly, and it's not to try to like insult you in any way, Boman. I'm not trying to do that to you. Do you guys hide the body camera footage, or do you deny it, or do you send it up to the Attorney General? Because I know every department, based on that Public Information Act, there's different loopholes that every department has. Some departments will release it, no problem. Some will release it with some redactions, no problem. Some will deny it based on certain criteria, and then a lot of people will just send it up to the Attorney General, or based on the Civil Service Commission unions and stuff like that. They usually end up denying certain things. So I was just wondering what your department's policy is if I requested body cam footage.
So I personally haven't had any, or haven't heard of anybody having any issues getting copies of body cam, but I can see where they would say that it's currently, it's a current investigation, and so.
With the officer, correct?
Right.
Okay.
So, I actually don't have anything to do with whether they decide or don't decide to
Sure.
release body cam footage. I can attach the open records request.
Okay. Now I can do a records request. I'm sure I can go ahead and just attach that, just to release it to me once the investigation's complete. But like I said, it probably takes you guys probably about 30 days or better to do an investigation internally.
Roughly, yes.
Okay. Do you have the CAD number? Because I do have it here by chance, if you need it, just so that way you have it for your records.
Go ahead with it.
25 Charlie 008 727. She just gave that CAD number to me. Like I said, she started her camera late because she was live streaming. The one thing that concerns me is she says that, and like I said, I don't see it on the video because supposedly these were things that were said before her video came on. One statement was she kind of played her down as a First Amendment auditor, made some comments. And like I said, this is going to have to be something that you have to pull the body camera footage on to verify. The other thing was one of the officers, the light looked like, and it may be the new guy, Gordon, did not have his body camera on. I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. I wasn't there. The light, I know sometimes that light may reflect. You may not see it. Like I said, that may be one other thing that we may need to look in. But the remark about, oh, you can file a complaint on this officer because he's leaving anyways, that, man, I'll tell you right now, I would have, anyways, I'm not going to tell you what I would have said, but they,
Yeah, you don't want to know what I would have
There's
said.
an issue with training already if she's a corporal, because I guess she's training a new, I found this out after I talked to you because I was on the phone with the person when you called me back. But obviously, if you're training your officers, I'm sorry, if she's training your officers that way, you got a big serious training issue.
Yes, sir.
So, just like I said, I'd like to get this corrected. I'm all for good officers. I'm just really not for bad officers whatsoever. I'm not for the misconduct and breaking the law.
Manny Quinn, thank you for the $2 super chat. Be kind. Sometimes being kind and professional work. Sometimes you got to unleash the dog, and the dog's always ready to bite. So it's either my bark or my bite, but you're not getting the kindness unless you're going to be kind as well.
If I got to follow the law, so should you, unless policy dictates otherwise.
Yes, sir.
So, and that's my concern. But I appreciate you calling me back. And like I said, if you can send me that complaint form, I will try to find a way to print it and get it to her sometime today or tomorrow, get it filled out, and we'll be up there on Monday to turn it in. Are you going to be there? Are you going to be on duty Monday to hand that to, or is that you're going to be somebody else to hand it to?
So I will be here, but I mean, you can turn it into either myself or the on-duty sergeant, or there will be, a few officers here on the admin side.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Give me about 15 minutes or so, and you should see that pop up in your email.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, before I get in, I really don't want to go into it too much because I got to leave somebody's name completely anonymous with this email I just got. I will let you guys know somebody who's a member of that city council has just emailed me, has invited me to come speak addressing this concern at the city council in Hillsboro, where the chief usually is, along with their city manager. And based on this member agrees about Roseann's demeanor being unacceptable as well. So I probably am going to make time to go and speak for that city council. I will see if Keebler wants to address and go with me as well. I'm only within 30 minutes of Hillsboro. I'm not going to give away my location where I'm at. Because of what Fort Worth PD is about to accrue on what I'm about to drop them, I moved out of the area in fear for retaliation while I'm doing all this stuff. So I just want to put that out there. I'm not giving them an opportunity to get me like they have a few other people that I was warned about. So I am kind of bouncing around in places right now, but I'm out on 440 acres with my dog and a few other people that where you come out here, we're going to see you before you get to the door. And that's not going to be a pretty thing because we've got dogs, guns, and all kinds of other stuff out here. So we will trespass you first. We will trespass an officer out of here first. But just saying. Manny Quinn, $2 super chat, buddy. I love it, love it, love it. Now, before we're going, yeah, Brownie's definitely loving the big fields out here. Before I go into the next call, because it is Brick Jonesey on the next live, and just to let you know, Jonesy, I did have to, I wanted to let you know about the audios you sent me recently. For some reason, the audios turned down too low when you sent them to me. So this one I actually had to crank up and edit and crank it up. So I was just letting you know because I forgot to tell you about that the last time I spoke to you on those other calls you sent me.
Yeah, so I typically do mine with the mic like this, with the phone right here, and a lot of times the person I'm speaking to is very hard to hear. I try to get it as close to the mic. I hold it right on there, but sometimes they talk very, very low. So yeah, I'm glad you were able to fix it.
This right here, I believe it was $10 off Amazon.
Yeah.
It's the body camera. It has the audio and a video feature.
Nice.
I put it on speakerphone and it picks up the way you heard the call.
Okay.
I didn't have to do any. So just a $10 investment if you're doing. This is great. Great.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Definitely.
So my mom actually sent this to me a long time ago. It was $10 through Amazon. I don't remember exactly what model it is. I'm sure there's probably better models out there now for the same price.
Sure.
Because this one's probably 3-4 generations old. But it does the trick.
Very cool.
Keebler, you can stand there and let me speak on your 3 minutes if you want. We can just roll it into 6 minutes and you can just stand there next to me. I'm sure we can work that out with the city, the member of the city council that I got an email from. I've got his email. Maybe I can reach out to him and talk to him on the phone and see what we can come up with to resolve this situation. Whether it brings a lawsuit to the city or we do police reform and get better training and correct things in the city of Hillsboro, at least then we can make a change and make a difference and get the officers doing what they need to be doing. They just unfortunately are going unchecked out there in the field without somebody babysitting them. And I think some people are just don't know how to file a complaint or are just too scared to do so. So, I mean, but anyways, Brick Jonesey, we're going to get to your call right about meow. Make sure you subscribe over to Clay Foundation, by the way. I got the @Com Foundations 1A Press. Put it in the link. Put it in the sidebar, one of my mods.
Hillsboro Public Safety.
Hi, I was hoping to be able to speak to, is it Commander Boman?
Yes. I can transfer you. Hold on just one moment.
Sure, thank you.
You're welcome. Officer Boman.
Hi, Officer Boman. Is it Commander Boman?
Yes, how can I help you?
Hi. So I just wanted to give you a quick call. I saw the video. You spoke to a mutual friend of ours earlier. I'm not really one to give out my personal private information. I am press. I'll give you that information. But I just wanted to let you know that from what I understand, what he told me is that you guys are handling it in a more professional manner now. And so I just wanted to give you a call.
Okay, I'm sorry. I got to laugh at this comment by Manny Quinn. Stupid tricks earn stupid rewards. I love how he took my comment twisted it and made it his own because that is funny. I might use that one. Stupid
I like
tricks are stupid rewards. I like it. I may use it, but
Every time.
I'm telling you, I love it. So Manny, keep the humor and if you can afford it, I don't want to break you, but if you can afford it, keep the super chats coming. Yeah, I appreciate it, buddy. I really do.
And thank you for that, number one. And number two is just to, reiterate, because we are a national media organization, and we do keep an eye on all of our citizens throughout the country. And I just want to say I appreciate the way that you handled that call, because from what I understand, he definitely said that you were professional. So I hope that you continue that. So I'll just leave it at that. So thank you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate your call and letting me know.
All right. Bye-bye.
Have a good day.
Yeah.
Now, from what I could take, it sounds to me like she was very annoyed by that because it interrupted her
A little bit.
But
But it's necessary. And that's why I handled it the way I handled it. I could tell that she was probably annoyed. She knew what it was about. And I'm sure she'll get more calls, and just that little bit counts.
So, but we do have, look who's in the house. Look at the screen. Look who's in the house.
Oh yeah, nice. What's up, Fappa?
My boy Fappa
Yeah.
with $1.99 super chat. Good old Fappa. I saw his video this morning. Do me a favor. One of my mods put the link to his channel down there in the chat bar. Y'all gotta go see. Y'all gotta go see the video today. He did 2 audits in one, and the second part of it where he dealt with that last officer had me cracking out loud. It wasn't even really so much Fappa. It was the cop's personality that just very smug, very sarcastic. That video is going to go viral. I told him to make a short on that part of the video because that it's going to blow up. The guy's probably going to get in trouble for his unprofessionalism, but I was dying laughing, just his smugness. So make sure you guys watch that video. And guys, you see that I have the number up here on the screen, right? So do me a favor, make your call. Ask for Commander January Boman. Don't say shit like that. What did I say? It wasn't a Hillsboro video, buddy. It was somewhere else. The guy was very smug and sarcastic, and it was kind of funny actually, just his physical demeanor. It was actually, that video is probably going to go viral. Well, it's funny you say that, Texas Elvis, because I did send this to Delete Laws. I have him on speed dial. So does Brick Jonesey. So that's the last person your city needs down here, but it's possible. I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to have all your cops probably quit by the time we get done because they're not going to want to be out here on camera. So, but First Amendment protection. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I mean, with the whole situation there, in my opinion, it is to let them know, put them on notice that they are being watched, and that if necessary, action will be taken within the legal system to ensure that the people's rights are protected, and that these cops can't just walk around and do whatever they want and retaliate against people, go outside the bounds of the law, which they tend to have the propensity to do. So,
well, the crazy thing, Brick, is I haven't even audited in this town yet. I've done a little cop watching because I've already got my little tip to come on down. What's up, poor dirt farmer? So my thing is I haven't really hit the immediate area because I've been doing audits, getting my videos together, getting everything, getting the momentum together. So I have time to do other things, because once I get it all edited, scheduled to where I don't have to sit here and try to rush a video or rush editing or anything like that, I can focus on areas I need to go on to. No, Elvis, trust me, we have lost our freaking minds on the phone. I ain't gonna lie. I went off on the Tarrant County DA on the phone the other day after 20 minutes of run around and just belittling me on the phone. I didn't have it recorded. I wish I would have. But I said some choice key First Amendment protected words that I don't normally use. Before I hung up, I had to have the last word. I was upset. I just didn't like the bullshit lies that were being fed to me. And I'm just
same here, man. 2 calls today that I made. This one I made today, but then I made 2 other calls today. Actually, I made a few other calls today, but 2 of them in particular, I was very, very irritated and certainly exercised my First Amendment right. The very first call of the day was one of those, a story that I saw and heard about, and I had to make a call on it. It was absolutely egregious what I saw, what I heard. And it's not easy to hold your composure, especially when you wake up and you flip open your phone and all of a sudden you're seeing this disgusting behavior. But when the officers do the right thing, and in this case, I would say Miss Boman definitely did better, especially after recognizing that, hey, these people are serious. These people are really going to, come down here and start watching us, and then, maybe even take legal action. And that's really, like I said, the point. But yeah, sometimes it's not easy to hold that composure, and First Amendment comes out 100%.
Well, Big Mike, he talks about, I wanted to go back to James Forbes. He said, "Oh my God, BZ." Yes, even I can crack sometimes when I'm being belittled and talked too crazy and being disrespected by a government employee over the phone after about 20 minutes on the phone, where I know the process and they just refuse to do the process. I even called my attorney afterwards, and we've agreed on certain other avenues would be better. I'm not going to go into that until it's done. It's a waiting game. I'm working on about 4 or 5 different things right now. So Perkins is probably leaving because he doesn't like the culture in the department, or he's one of those bad cops. Or he's leaving for bigger and better pay, which don't worry, he'll be back. Everybody always comes back where they start. I was trying not to laugh when you made the flip the phone open comment too. So I was trying to hold back on that, man.
I'm sorry. I grew up in the 80s and 90s.
Look at this. Life under the microscope trying to steal my line. Tell these cops to go back to Africa. Hillsboro PD actually pays pretty good. So if he's leaving, there's probably it's probably getting fired, but allowed to resign and find a place to go so he can keep his peace officer license open. It's usually how they do it. Whoa, look at there you go. $5 super chat. Manny Quinn, Bad Apple Report, 7:30 every day. 3 Cleveland piggies go to prison today. Bad little jackboot thug pig. We also know where he comes from with that JPTP comment. Delete laws in the house, AFA was briefly in here before you came on. He said he was going to cover it. He had just seen Keebler's video. I hope this gets a lot of attention today because, to be honest with you, cops like this, I can understand if it was an uneducated rookie cop on the street, maybe making a mistake and getting a supervisor involved. But when you've got a corporal who's training a cop and telling everybody to sit here and go, well, you can file a complaint, but it ain't going to do any good because he's leaving. I mean, where'd you get your law degree at? I mean, really? You're going to talk to a citizen that way? I don't know where and how you got that shiny little badge. And by the way, she started out as a 911 dispatcher. I know you love your dispatchers, Brick. How did she ever make it as a dispatcher?
No. I mean, look, those. I want to say something about that. So I've made calls over the past year and a half, various places around the country, and one of the things that I've uncovered is that dispatchers are answering the non-emergency numbers. This has happened time and time again, unfortunately.
Rick, read that comment.
B Zeta for gun.
No,
barrel.
BZ. ETA.
ETA.
No, Gun Barrel City is actually a town in Texas.
Okay.
So Kurt Bronson, no relation to Chuck,
I got you,
is asking me when I'm coming to Gun Barrel City. So it's Otto the Watchdog, I think, might be a little closer than I am. But you got two watchdogs about the same distance from each other to Gun Barrel City. So Kurt hasn't been around for a couple of months, but he's got some medical issues there. But Josh Fox News now in the house. Now I will tell you guys, Josh Fox News now needs your love more than anything. He's out there cop watching every day, trying to protect the homeless out there on the streets. I believe it's in Missouri. If I remember correctly off the top of my head. Do me a favor. I want you to put his link in there. If you haven't subbed to his channel, please sub. And he's not afraid to yell at them cops when they screw up. He's out there, I believe, with his dog. So he's a lot like me out there with the dog, roaming the streets. Springfield. That's right. Missouri. Springfield, Missouri. So make sure you guys go over there and sub to his channel. Josh, I was watching the other day. Sometimes I don't leave a comment. Sometimes I just kind of hide in the shadows and watch. I don't want to distract you when you're trying to keep your head on a swivel. So there was only like 2 people in the chat that day. Homeless audits? Who's that? Oh, yeah, Manny. Yeah, well, what he does is there's a lot of homeless out there in Springfield that get harassed, kind of like Keebler, like how she was getting harassed today. If they think you're homeless, they think you're a vagrant, they think you're down on your luck, they don't think you have the money or the education to file a complaint or bring legal suit or hire an attorney, they will bully you. They can't do that to someone with money and power. They cannot do that. So, yes.
So it's essentially, it's like a Rambo situation where you're walking through town and they see you, they believe you're a vagrant, and they don't know who you are, and they take advantage of you. And this just happens over and over and over again.
You're right. I forgot about the Rambo situation. Yep, from Rambo First Blood. You're right. And that's exactly what it is. We don't want no vagrants in our town. Well, first off, how do you know he's a vagrant? How do you know he's not just a traveler? Rambo's 9th Amendment right was violated along with his 4th Amendment. And 9th Amendment right, human rights, the right to travel, the right to do what you want to do to your own body. Unfortunately, government is either put restrictions and laws on things like that, or they've literally violate your rights. And so, I've got the number on the screen. Make sure you guys go over to Keebler's channel, subscribe. She does a lot of music over there. She only goes live when she's dealing with jackboot thug pigs like we did this morning, or in this case, jackboot pigtail lesbian, because I'm sorry if anybody takes offense, but with those tattoos and that demeanor of just not giving 2 shits, that's the vibe I'm getting.
Well,
the vibe I get.
See, I mean, the thing is you already look like a thug, and then you present yourself as a thug, and it's just not looking good.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I served in the Marine Corps, because I came in after like 94 and 95, when they passed the rule that you can't have tattoos below the sleeves, they had to be approved and like grandfathered in. My tattoo is up here on my left shoulder. Okay. There's my eagle. I don't think I've showed anybody on this channel my tattoo, but bottom line is this: cops should not have any visible tattoos. Cops should not have any beards. They should be clean cut, professional, and out there showing the best of themselves, because
Well-
if you look like a thug, you're most likely going to act like a thug, and you're going to treat people like a thug. And that's the problem we have with policing.
Well, one
It's
of the
one
things
big gang.
one of
Go
the
ahead.
things I noticed about the guy there, the male officer, is that he's wearing sleeves on his arms. So how much you want to bet he's got some tats underneath there? And you know, he's being professional. He's wearing the sleeves. He is required to wear the sleeves if it is the case that he has tattoos. So I'm gonna guess he probably does. However, here she is believing that she can just do whatever the hell she wants to do.
Yeah, it's and just, I mean, on top of it too. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm a big guy. Okay, I let myself get this way, right? But I did not put myself in that profession. If you're going to be in that profession that requires a physical fitness test for you to get on the department, how do you not maintain a physical fitness? I don't know why she's in Mickey D's, but she really needs to be at that donut shop. Hold on, which recent what? Sorry, I'm getting a text message from our fearless leader, Delete Laws. So,
Okay.
Texas Elvis, like I said earlier, be careful what you wish for, because it may just come true, and you may just get what you wish for. So, but anyways, I don't know. Do you get any comment on here? I know Keebler's probably not going to come up here and talk about it, but I'm just kind of looking at the chats to see what people are commenting on. Life under the microscope. What do you get? What do you got for anything as far as in them calling maybe?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, you know, again, you know, the thing is, it's sometimes it's very difficult when you see some very egregious things that happen. You know, when people are mowed down in the street, they're literally physically dragged and hurt. In this case, fortunately, Keebler was not physically harmed. She was threatened, which is bad enough. One violation is too many. So, you know, try to be professional if you are going to call. It's not always easy, you know, and these things are happening over and over and over again. So I get it. And like I said, I've made calls, thousands of calls at this point, all over the country. And it is difficult, but try to be as professional as you can. Let them know your concerns. You know, you don't have to thank them for their time. You don't have to. I did in this case, because from what I understood, and it did sound like that whenever BZ was talking to her, that she was very attentive. She was listening. She sounded concerned. And that is not always the case. It is very rare. So when it does happen, it's worth commending. I do commend her for being professional. I did hear her when BZ was talking to her, and BZ was very, very concerned. This is a friend. This is someone on the team. You know, this is someone who we do care about, you know, especially, you know, someone on the team. We care about everyone. You know, and it kind of goes down to this. Even these officers don't know their own rights. I know people like to believe that they don't have the same rights. No, they're paid to curtail their entire rights. So we pay them to be professional. And so when it is the case that they are, it's worth commending. So be professional, be courteous if you can. And it is understandable, in my opinion, if you do exercise your First Amendment right.
Sorry, guys. Everybody, Brownie had to come say hi. So I don't know if you guys can see him over there.
You see the chat?
Yep, I see Delete Laws. Delete Laws, say hello to Texas Elvis. He's the one asking for you to come out. We may have to have the fearless leader come down to Hillsboro, huh? Huh, buddy? Brownie, can you say hi to everybody? Tell everybody hi. Tell them. Tell them. Tell them. Tell them. Tell them. Tell them. Okay, go sit down.
What
That's
I want to know is how Nightbot got a check mark. Who subbed to Nightbot?
Nightbot is like my right-hand man. He's my undercover secret agent in the chat.
I'm not sub tonight,
So.
but I'm not subbing to the guy.
Can only
You know,
sub
never
through
put no-
Nightbot through. Why is everybody dropping? Did somebody go live or something? I just watched the channel drop 25 viewers.
I don't know.
So,
Another
but
That's
Texas Elvis, Delete Laws is in the house. If you're still watching, he's in there commenting. Now's your time to ask him what you were telling me. Oh, it's, you know what? It's because Chili's got a premiere going right this second. That's probably what happened. Yeah, it just I looked and it was a premiere.
That's understandable.
So, since everybody's he was in here, Texas Elvis. He just came in up at the about 12 chats up. There you go, right there, Texas Elvis. Right there. Texas Elvis, tell him what you said. Tell him you want him to come out to Hillsboro. We're ready to do it. He's got a lot of stuff going on. I'm already out here. I'm the recon guy doing all the recon work right now to set up base camp. Forward operating base, FOB.
But yeah, I'm really, really happy that Keebler knows her rights, has learned the law. It's something that is very much invaluable. Everybody should know their rights. Everybody should learn the law.
Look who else just, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Look who else just joined the chat. Freedom News Now. Join us now. Got some Karens. I love that guy. Love Freedom News Now. Cracks me up. Cracks me up.
Yeah. But okay,
I'm accountable. Hold them accountable. Getting the Karens. I love it.
I'm gonna head out though. You know, I love doing this work. It's a passion at this point, making the calls, going out filming. If you have the ability to, I would encourage you to. You know, it's worth it. I was talking to a young man who was a banker yesterday and telling him a little bit about, you know, what I do. Me and Let's were talking to him, letting him know, and it was very cool, the conversation. He was asking questions, he was interested, and then at the end he said, "Thank you for all you do." And it was like, wow, you know, somebody appreciates it. Somebody really does appreciate it. There are people who will appreciate it. You get involved, you make a difference. It's worth it. It is so worth it. So,
well, before everybody goes, make sure you guys. I just want to make sure he's still okay. So, if you're going to go over to Delete Laws Premiere, okay, one of my mods dropped a premiere in his chat. He's covering a premiere. Tell him BZ Watchdog sent you. I've also got a few. If you don't want to watch the premiere and you're looking for something else, I've also got Audit Them, David New York, and Mexican Longhair, who's live right now. Make sure you go over there and flood them as well. Let them know that BZ Watchdog sent you. Share the love. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here.
Do you
again?
Do you know how to redirect?
What do you mean?
So, do you know how to redirect your audience? You haven't figured that one out yet. YouTube has a feature where you can actually redirect.
I'm actually in StreamYard.
Yeah. YouTube has the feature, but anyway, I was wondering if you knew about that. So, but no big.
Nope. You're gonna have to. I haven't done live stream with YouTube unless I'm out there in the field cop watching. But outside that, I use StreamYard because I do a lot of the presentations with everything. So, I haven't even played with YouTube to see if they have anything. I use StreamYard. And I haven't been on here long enough to do the paid versions lately, so I just dropped back to the free version just to save me a few bucks because I think I've only gone live twice this month using StreamYard, and I only go live for about an hour at a time, which we've run a little over an hour today. But do me a favor, everybody. Got 27 of y'all here. Oh, Texas Elvis, I'm gonna send you an email, brother. I would love for you to call. I would love to chat more. I would love to chat and. Maybe we can make a difference here in Hillsboro while I'm here. I would love to do that.
See what Keebler said?
I would love to come speak at city council.
It's in studio It's a room raid.
It's in studio. It's called a room raid.
That's what she says.
That's what she said.
I've never
Very
done
nice.
it personally, so I just know about them.
I don't know. Let me see what we got here. Let me see. Is Chili still doing his premiere, or is it over?
Yeah, it's still going.
Okay, let me do this for everybody. I don't know what women arrested while suffering brain bleed. Now her life will never be the same. Do me a favor, everybody. I'm just gonna drop that in the chat. Go on over there, do a little BZ Watchdog raid on Delete Laws' channel. Just throw in BZ Watchdog sent you, or BZ Watchdog raid. Put in BZ Watchdog raid. Let them know I sent you. BZ Watchdog raid over at Delete Laws. I just sent that link in the chat. And I'll see you guys over there in the chat. I'm going to get off of here. Brick, I appreciate you coming in. Do you want to say anything before you go?
Keep up the good work. We don't stop.
We never stop. And
see you over there.
We will catch you guys on the next video, the next live stream. Later.